Bitcoin has unexpectedly rallied from about $80,000 and it's actually starting to creep its way up in terms of price action. And in today's video, we're going to be breaking down exactly why the crypto prices are inching up in the last couple of days. We're also going to be talking about some secret macro data that is coming out into the crypto market. And we're also going to talk about a big prediction coming out of Michael Burry from The Big Short at the end of the video. So stick around for that, in addition to the broader crypto prices. So if you enjoy it, like the video, and let's get straight into it. So you can see right here, unexpected rally is very much welcome in the crypto market. So personally, I love to see the crypto prices go up, even though, look, we can trade sometimes to the short side. I'm much more of an investor who loves to see crypto prices go up. And you can see right here, very nice bullish resurgence coming back into the crypto market right now. So we're sitting at about $86,000 and we have held off this diabolical drop zone, which is good. So we've bounced off the drop zone for now, and we're not plummeting down in terms of price action. So if you actually zoom out right here, you can just see how important this level we are right now for Bitcoin. So we're going in the right direction, and you can see why. It's because previously it dropped down to this level, and then before that, there wasn't much resistance until you hit this, very, low patch right here in the crypto market. So this is exactly what we want to see, especially if you're holding, Bitcoin, XRP, Pepe, Crow, anything right now, because you want to see the Bitcoin price inch back up slowly but surely, and then we can capitalize on some broader gains. Now, the reason this is happening, the first reason I would say is the Dow Jones is starting to inch back up. So Dow futures rise 200 points as markets attempt rebound into the holiday week. So this is good. We are seeing right here the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We're seeing the S&P 500 futures inch up right now, which is exactly what we want to see. This is rallying into crypto. Crypto is pairing up with this. And that's a really nice piece of news that we're getting right here. So the S&P 500 US stock market is inching back up. Great to see after a huge amount of volatility that has paired into our decline into the crypto prices recently. Another reason you should have on the radar right now is, there is liquidations, and there are incentivized liquidations for shorts. And what I mean by that is if you actually have a look at the liquidation heat map, you can see them pumping this. They could capture a lot of the liquidity up here. So people who are shorting the Bitcoin price too high on the leverage, they are risking themselves as getting liquidated, which, market makers and big whales and big manipulators out there, they can just, buy lots of Bitcoin, send the crypto prices up, and liquidate these people on centralized exchanges as well. That's why when I'm trading on centralized exchanges personally, I'm not using too high on the leverage to avoid some of these liquidation traps, personally speaking. And also a reminder, if you haven't got in on them yet, you can get some really nice bonuses over on BUI DeFi. You'll find a link in the description of this video where you can unlock them, deposit and trading volume bonuses. That's where I'm trading right now in the crypto market. Now, having said that, what else is important to understand? We're still getting bullish statements coming out of the US. So Treasury Secretary Bessent says the entire economy is not at risk of recession. And we're actually going to break down some controversial data towards the end of the video that I'll talk about, and some big things coming up soon. But, of course he's going to put on a bit of a brave face, but we know some of the data out there is a little bit, worrisome to some degree, but we'll talk about that later. We also have Michael Saylor saying, I won't back down. So Michael Saylor has probably been one of the best golden whales, bullish whales, and these are important people in the crypto markets. You're always going to need people to be bullish on crypto, right? So when the prices are going down, you want to see that almost like spiritual leadership from some people out there. And Michael Saylor certainly provides that. So I got to give kudos to Michael Saylor. In the face of a storm, he's not backing down, and he's got some great little memes dropping over on his X profile. I really like this. And that's great stuff right there. So he's continuing to buy up more and more Bitcoin, which is great for anyone who holds, XRP, Pepe, Crow. Doesn't really matter because we want a strong Bitcoin price. And if we have a look right here, look, there are some interesting things happening. So we'll talk about the crypto prices of individual coins at the end. But before we get there, let's talk about some of this controversial news and controversial data, and also the big things happening this week. So on the radar this week, have a look at this. We do have a lot of events, or a lot of data information release, I should say. And this is your typical kind of US economy data coming out. So there's going to be a plethora of stuff coming out. And, you know, if it's in excess of expectations for any of these numbers, it's going to be good. But having said that, some of the data coming out recently hasn't been all that great. But the big one we really got to pay attention to, it's going to be that 9th and 10th of December coming up in, what, a couple of weeks from now. And that's going to be the Fed rate cut. So that's the biggest one to have on the radar right now. But having said that, you can actually see some data coming out. And this is actually congruent with other Western countries out there. So the US has officially added 2.1 trillion of debt since the Department of Government Efficiency was formed on January 20th. That's 6.5 billion per day for 326 days in a row. And the interesting thing about that, it's like it's based off a meme. And is this just Department of Government Efficiency? It's just a meme anyway. So they're not really fixing the problem. We can have a look right here. This is the US national debt, 38 trillion. This is the elephant in the room that I don't really think is going to get massively addressed anytime soon because it is just a mountain. It's an absolute mountain of debt, and there doesn't really seem to be a plan. And even the Doge department, which was supposed to delete this debt or get it under control, it's losing the battle, right? It's completely losing the battle. And typically this ends up in inflation in the economy right here. And it actually ties in perfectly to the next data point, which is this. And it's really about the US private jobs and the private employee jobs, like, you know, productive jobs out there that aren't linked to the government and they're not just, you know, taxpayer funded jobs. They're actually going down. US private payrolls declined 9,000. And during this time, private employment in the most productive sectors has declined by nearly 200,000 jobs. So what we're seeing right now is we're seeing this perfect storm of macro factors in the background, but we're also seeing AI come in. And AI is going to slowly, I would say, eat away at some jobs over time as AI gets better and better and better. And that's why I recommend, look, if you have spare time, and you're looking for something to do, look, as the crypto market, it's not fully exploding right yet. We're staying patient, we're staying optimistic, but I do think there's a huge opportunity just to learn these AI tools like Grok and ChatGPT and Google Gemini as well. They all seem to be very good, and I think there's going to be opportunities if you can learn them. It's just going to create maybe new opportunities that you haven't seen before. It's always good to have those skills and try and be on the cutting edge of where jobs are going right now. So a lot of stuff is going to AI right now, and that's just something important to have on the radar. Some data and some big events coming up this week with data releases. And then also, let's talk about the crypto prices, and then we'll talk about Michael Burry's statement right here. I'll give you guys my take on that. So right now, crypto prices inching back up. This is exactly what we want to see. So Bitcoin going back up. We've got XRP going back up. We've got Doge going up. So that's good for memes. What else are we seeing? Zcash, you know, pushing back up. So Zcash has been a very strong performer out there. I really like the price growth of Zcash recently. Let's have a look at some other cryptos right now. So Crow, 10.5 cents, inching back up in the crypto market. And Asta, you know, looking a little bit volatile last 24 hours, down about 6%. Where's Pepe sitting? Pepe's inching slightly back up in the short term as well. So I do think, look, at the moment, we're still, you know, getting out of the woods, so to speak. So I would love to see Bitcoin not capitulate below $85,000. I think this level is very, very important for where we go next. So $85,000. We can hold on to this and we can inch back up. I think that's going to be really good on the basis that we get some really good, you know, S&P 500 growth and other good kind of macro factors. But we still know, look, some of the other stuff in the economy isn't fully right just yet, but I would love to see that. Personally, I don't really want to see a capitulation down in terms of price action right now. And the other thing to have on the radar is this. So Michael Burry is continuing to drop his predictions out there. So he just published this one literally moments ago, fresh alpha for you tuning into this video to the end. And he says right here, February 21st, 2000, SF Chronicle says, I'm short Amazon. Greenspan 2005, bubbles in home prices does not appear likely. Powell 25, AI companies actually are profitable. It's a different thing. I doubted if I ever should come back. I'm back. Please join me. Cassandra Unchained on Substack right there. So he's got his own Substack. And what he's saying is, you know, yes, he might be early, but he's not wrong. So he is predicting still a big correction in some of these AI companies. And in particular, the big one to watch out for is going to be NVIDIA. So we got NVIDIA right here. NVIDIA is still looking like an absolute beast. So if you actually zoom out right here, you know, are we going to see a cataclysmic crash in the video. It does look like a little bit of a, you know, a meme coin in a bull run, not a meme coin in a bear market right now, but that's a nice price graph. Obviously it has retraced a little bit, but he's saying he's still predicting there's going to be a big AI correction at some stage, and he literally just launched his Substack. So if you want some deep alpha, you can go subscribe to that for free, should you wish. So that is the guy from the movie The Big Short. So Christian Bale, if you guys are not aware of that. So he predicted, he made a lot of money off the housing crash in the US and the subprime mortgage. And that's some big alpha. That's exactly what you need to know. That's the big breaking news in the crypto market for today. Long term, I'm going to be staying bullish in the crypto market. We'll still have plenty of fresh updates coming. We're going to check out lots of fresh projects as well. As always, remember, crypto is high reward, high risk. So not financial advice, but guys, I hope you got value out of the video. Appreciate you tuning in. Go have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Crypto Zeus signing out.